Hi everyone, I'm the plant propagator and welcome to my channel. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about what I do, please subscribe to my channel. Today I'm going to change things up just a little bit. What I want to show you today is my favorite orchid. And I was at a meeting where we were all asked to fill out our favorite orchid, and everyone else put down like either a Vanda or Dendrobium or Oncidium or whatever their favorite was, and I put down Mishima Victory. And this is Mishima Victory. It's a Cattleya, but it's my favorite Cattleya that is in my collection right now. And I want to have other favorites, but I don't even hesitate. This is my favorite one, and I think hopefully it'll be easy for you to see why it's my favorite. Right now it has 4 open blooms. I do have another bloom spike that is that's opening on it on the back side of the plant. The thing is, it's huge. It's really brightly colored, and it's really fragrant. And the interesting thing is the blooms only opened, I guess, around 4 or 5 days ago, so the fragrance hasn't really showed up that much yet. Right now it's slightly fragrant, but it's pretty intense. It's gonna fill up my whole house. I have it in a pot so I can move it and bring it inside and bring it to a show if I want. But let's take a little bit more of a look at this plant. The blooms are, we can zoom in on a couple of the blooms right here, and the blooms themselves are fairly large. I measured the blooms on this plant, and they are roughly, they're a little over 7 inches wide, and I'm sorry, a little over, about 7 inches wide, and a little more than that tall. And so we can take a closer look at that. The 2 flowers that you're seeing right now are maybe a little bit smaller than the flower, and I'll zoom out and then zoom back in. This flower over here is actually a little bit, I'm not sure if we'll be able to see it well. This one actually is a little bit bigger. There's one on top and there's one underneath, but this is a really huge flower on this plant. This is Soma, and just so you know, I don't just say that. I actually measured it. So just to make sure that we had the right size, I did measure it. I like this flower so much that I actually have been using it in some of my crosses. And this is what I like to do. I should back up a little bit and say the parents of this cross are, the female parent is Pamela Hetherington, and this is Pamela right over here. So this is the proud mother looking on. And I got her maybe about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. She hasn't bloomed for me yet, but just like the daughter plant, she's really vigorous, and I don't think it'll be very much longer before she puts on bloom as well. The male parent is Nokuchi, and I haven't been able to find that, but it's okay because I'm using Mishima Victory in a lot of the crosses. Well, a few of the crosses that I've made. So I've made a self of Mishima Victory, and I put that in, I flasked that about 2 years ago. And those seedlings, I have a lot of seedlings, and those seedlings are coming on really, really well. So I'm really hopeful that some of those progeny seedlings of this Mishima Victory, just a self of this plant. And what you get when you self is you'll get a variety of the 2 parents, and that you'll get some beyond the 2 parents. So you'll get a lot of different types that are a mixture of that. I've also crossed this onto Oprah Winfrey, which is another one, another large flowering fragrant orchid that I really like, and that cross is also coming along pretty well. I have a lot, and it's about the same timing on that. I put that I flashed that up maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I've got a lot of seedlings coming from that. Oprah Winfrey may be a little bit finicky. Really, it's a big, brightly colored Cattleya, and but it may be a little finicky, so there are some issues. I've had it growing really vigorously. I split the plants, and then I lost some of those that I divided. So I'm hoping that Mishima Victory will impart some good characteristics to Oprah Winfrey. I think what I'll get is a large, brightly colored Cattleya, which is really what I'm looking for. So. Again, this is Mishima Victory. This is my favorite Cattleya. I have others along that are blooming, and this is the proud mom looking on. So that's all I have today. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about what I do, please subscribe to my channel. I hope you enjoyed the Mishima Victory almost in full bloom, and happy propagating.